Hello the internet! It is Thursday the 3rd of November 2022 and welcome back to the channel. Now this will be part 2 of my series of videos documenting the process of getting the free NBN Co's fibre to the premises upgrade from fibre to the node. If you recall, episode 1 was the announcement, or 2 days earlier there was an announcement that this suburb was eligible for a free fibre to the premises upgrade. I decided to document this process in the hope that anybody else playing along at home, many homes in Australia might be playing along, see how this process does unravel step by step by step. So we are, what is it now? It's the 3rd. So that's, I believe I made that video on the 20th. I think we are literally 2 weeks. 2 weeks from the day of the announcement, or sorry, 2 weeks from the day that I rang 2 days after the announcement. Now, I don't have great news for you, but I want to let you know this step of the process. So where we left it, and by the way, if you haven't seen that video, check up top there, and I'll also put a little in the description down below. But if you didn't see it, basically, I rang the RSP. So NBN Co make the announcement. All these suburbs are now eligible for a free fibre upgrade. The process involves you calling your ISP, in this case Aussie Broadband, and ordering a higher tier plan. So a faster plan will get you to bump that technology from fibre to the node up to fibre to the premises. I ring Aussie Broadband. They say, well, we haven't got a record of your suburb being on the list. Which isn't surprising. NBN Co are never forthcoming or never on time with what they say they're going to do. So the NBN Co hadn't announced it to the ISP, but yet they'd made it publicly known. So that put us in this predicament where we're waiting for NBN Co to speak to the ISPs. They said, we'll call you as soon as we find out. Now, me being me, I wanted to speed this process up, right, as fast as possible. So I thought to myself, well, I'll give them a couple of weeks, then I'll call them. So I rang them yesterday. Now, the message that I got back, surprise, surprise, is that they still haven't heard from NBN Co. But they did tell me about 3 tier levels or status upgrades that will come through. So I want to read you these statuses. I wrote this down. I want to read you what they are. So the first status, and these are all in inverted quotes, so this is what they call it, NBN Co. First status is no plans present. Second status is forecasted, and then often there's a date there which is used to build out all the infrastructure that needs to be implemented. And then the third stage is fibre available on demand. Now, I don't guess you need a science degree to work out what status we're in. No plans on plan. What was the status? I already closed it. No plans present. We're in that status. So 2 weeks in, there is still no plans present, yet there's been an announcement. It's been going on, well, it's been public now for over 2 weeks, 2 weeks and 2 days. And so I thought I'd just put this out there that 2 weeks in, this is where we're at. I am going to follow close along with this again in another 2 weeks. I'll make another phone call and see what we get. But I want to just dovetail just quickly into, because there's no other news here today, but I want to just sort of address some comments on the first video and also make a general assessment of why I'm looking forward to fibre to the premises. Some of those comments on that video were talking about, would speed be better for this and that, and what speed's going to be great. I got to be honest, my speed of the internet here is fine. It's not the speed that I'm looking for, it's the reliability. Now, I use a 4G service. I use 4G over the NBN. We got fibre to the node here. It's so unreliable. That thing must disconnect. It definitely disconnects at least 2 to 3 times a day. And the disconnects are between 3 to 5 minutes at a time. You got to go out and deep cycle the modem to get it to reconnect. Now, I'm a live streamer, so I create content live. The moment the internet drops, the stream drops. Every viewer loses a connection. They think I've gone offline, the viewers disappear. So I lose my audience on a drop. I tried back 4 years ago, I tried using the NBN. It was just so unreliable that I ended up using a 4G service. Now, I've got it here. I can show it to you. I'm going to just do a speed test just to show you what I mean about speed. So let's just go over here. Let's go to fast.com. I'm already connected with that 4G service. So this is the internet speed. And this will just be like, I guess, kind of like just an indicator that I'm not looking for speed here. The speed I've got is fine for me to stream 1080p 60, no hassles. The problem I have is 4G being better than the NBN, but still not 100% reliable. There are still times when the connection will just sever and the stream will drop. And then it's a case of waiting for 4G to resync. My local tower, it's only 3 kilometers away. It's line of sight. Okay, so that's the down speed. That's actually a lot slower than it usually gets. Usually gets up to like 100, 120. I'm going to just cover my IP here, and then I'm going to show more info. So there's the upload speed. It's still doing upload test. So 20 down, 20 up. Look, that usually is much, much, much higher. I normally see speeds of about 120 and 40 up. That's 20 down and 18 up. I gotta tells you, and I feel like I should do it, I might reset my modem just to make the point worthy to you. But this is the little AC800 from Optus. This is the 4G modem. Now I do have it plugged into better antenna, and my antenna on my roof. I'm gonna just reset this while we talk. I always factory reset it, by the way. It seems to go, once you factory reset it, it seems to make a bit more of a solid connection. So that goes to my ceiling or to my roof, and the 4G, the antenna points at the 4G tower. So I get really good speeds, but here's the problem. Just while I plug this back in. The problem is, that's resetting by the way, the problem is that when we're in periods of peak holiday times, Christmas, Easters, long weekends, school holidays, this area gets swarmed with people. This is a bit of a tourist town, gets swarmed with people, and they're all using 4G because the internet here is so crap. And for a long while we never had any. It's so garbage that they use 4G. And then there's this thing called quality of service where I use Optus. Optus will put you on a good connection at the start and you'll think, oh, this service is fantastic. But then if you're like me using it for live streaming, which not a lot of people are, not a lot of people use 4G for constant uploads 3 hours at a time, my quality of service bumps down. And so usually around the ending of my second hour, 2.5 hours in, it's when I start to see drops on streams. Now, if I do a longer stream, like a 6 or a 7 hour stream, it's always riddled with drops. That's 4G quality of service. I believe it's something to do with the position you are on the tower and more people coming in underneath you and bumping up for a better quality of service. Because they get on, they use it for a short time, they think it's all wonderful. They walk away from it thinking everything's fine. I'll recommend Optus down in that town. It's great. If you use it like I do, not so great. This has reset here. So let's go back over here, and I'll do actually, to make it even more legitimatized, I'll go back to fast.com and just load the whole page again. So it'll do a complete new stream here. So yeah, there's the speed. So, and by the way, I always do a speed test before I go live. And if I see speeds that aren't 100 down, I know that the upload speed's not going to match it. So, or get close to it, the 40. So I'm glad we're doing this second test here. I'm not too sure. The first one, this is why I need fiber, right? And all this crap that I do at the beginning of a stream, it sucks. You want to just go live. If I'm a daily streamer, so you want to just go into it and not have to worry about it, not have to faff around. Let's show more info. Let's hide my IP. There you go. 44 down. 44 up, 120 down. By the way, did I get that wrong before? Was I looking at the latency here, millisecond? I might have got that wrong. I might have missed it. But either way, there you go. 120 down and 44 up. That's the usual speed of my 4G service. But like I said, that's not reliable. It's more reliable than fiber to the node. Thank you, NBN. But now we're available for fiber to the premises upgrade. Apparently we are. Apparently we're not. No plans present. What was that status again? No plans present. Apparently there's no plans present. So I don't know. Do you have this in your suburb where you're on that list and you've rang your RSP and they're like, nah, dude, we don't know anything about it. That's where we're at. I'm going to be the persistent. I'm going to be that annoying customer that keeps ringing every so often and saying, dudes, do we have an update? Because I'm dying for it here. I'm dying for it. And I'm going to keep you informed. Cheers for being here. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. If this video is something that you're interested in, or you know friends that might be interested in it for the NBN's sake and for my sake, please share it out with them, and I'll see you on the next upload or the next live stream if you want to join me live. I go live all the time, daily.